Hello guys, if you're like me, you love to play with their abilities, spamming grenades, class abilities, supers, and this is the build that will let you do this. On my last build guide, I showed my Void Warlock, which destroys the game. It's just so good. And this one is also amazing. I use Fallen Sunstar as the exotic, not Getaway Artist because it does the same thing as Getaway Artist. Getaway Artist, what it does is when you consume your grenade, so you don't throw it, you consume it, it gives you a super powerful Arc Soul that instead of 3 bursts, shoots 5 bursts. With this build, our Arc Soul will do the same because we're always amplified. So instead of 3 bursts, it will shoot 5 bursts. So no need for Getaway Artist. We'll always have our Rift to put it down. As you can see in the gameplay, I use it and I still have a long time of Arc Soul. I just use it, I don't care. It's almost infinite cooldown, it's so fast. I don't need to worry about it. So what we're doing is we're generating a lot of ionic traces when we throw our grenades. And they are really fast, as you can see. And that gives us our abilities back really fast. And the really good thing about this is nearby players will also get their abilities faster. So it's good for solos and it's really good for a team. Imagine 6 players with Arc Souls shooting at everything. You don't even need to shoot, you don't even need to play, the build will play for itself. But with no further ado, guys, I will show you how I place my mods, fragments, all that good stuff. Try it and say something in the comments what you thought about the build, guys. And it's so strong. But the mods now, guys. Supervise, guys. Arc Super on Warlock. It's not that good. That's why a lot of people stay away from Arc, but they shouldn't because Arc is really strong. So supervise, go whatever you like. Abilities go with healing, so nice healing. Let's go with strafe. I really enjoy strafe light, whatever you like. I use chain lightning because of the jolted. If you want a little bit of range, you should go with ball lightning. So more range with ball lightning, jolt with chain lightning, and faster cooldown. Pulse grenade will be our grenade of choice. So good. It got buffed 20% on the last update, so really strong. Aspect wise, electrostatic mine in Arc Soul. There's a really good build for lightning surge. I could show it, but it doesn't go that well on end game, so Arc Soul is a beast and electrostatic mine for the ionic traces. And this build will be all about ionic traces. Fragments of choice, spark of resistance. So while you're surrounded, you take less damage. That's always nice. Spark of ions. When you defeat the jolted targets, you create ionic trace. Every enemy that you'll defeat will be jolted, so you'll create a lot of ionic traces. Your arc grenades jolt targets. You'll be spamming your grenades like hell. So that's why we use these two. We jolt targets. Jolted targets will create ionic traces. And for the last one, spark of magnitude. So our pulse grenade will be longer on the field. Longer duration, more damage. So these are the 4 fragments of choice. Now, let's go with our helmet and exotic. Fallen Sunstar. Guys, Fallen Sunstar is amazing. Basically, the ionic traces we create move faster and gives us more ability energy. So it makes our ability cooldowns even nicer. And if we have allies nearby They will also gain ability energy when I collect ionic trays. So this build is amazing on its own, but with this helmet, you actually help your teammates. So in the team-based setting, this will be even better. It's really, really good. With the mods, I went with the harmonic siphon. So when I kill with the arc weapon, I will generate the orb, and I went with double ashes to assets. So when I kill with a grenade, which will be a lot, I will get more super energy. If you want, you can take down one ashes to assets and go with another one. Go with heavy ammo finder, something like that is up to you. But at least have one ashes to assets. With our gloves, I went with grenade kickstart, so it helps with our grenade regeneration. Firepower, so we generate a lot of orbs, and bolstering detonation. It gives us class ability when we do damage with a grenade, and this will help with our loop of abilities. So the class ability will give us arc souls, and grenade, which will be spamming a lot, will help with a faster regeneration. Trust me, you'll have arc souls always, all the time. On my chest, I always go with the same ones. Resistance, void resistance, solar resistance, arc resistance. If you're playing some activity that does not have one of these damage types, you can go with charged up or sniper damage, concussive, you get the drill. On our boots, I went with stacks on stacks and innervation and recuperation. I did this because mainly I spamming abilities. Now, if you want to use a surge, you can do it. You can take, for example, innervation and go with arc weapon surge. Just remember, take off your grenade kickstart because your grenade kickstart, when you throw a grenade, will deplete all your surge. So you can throw a different one here. For example, focusing strike or impact induction. And that's it. And for the last, not the least, I have utility kickstart. Again, I have a utility kickstart because I'm just spamming um, abilities, not thinking about DPS on a raid boss, for example. But if I was, I would swap out utility kickstart for time dilation, so I would have more time with my surges of choice. And this is it, guys. This is the build. It plays really, really well. Now, I normally don't talk about guns. This time I will. One of the best guns you can use with this build is actually Cold Heart. And you asking, Cold Heart, why? I haven't used Cold Heart since I was trying to kill Kalos on the Leviathan. Well, because Cold Heart got a rework a while ago, and now it creates dun, 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 ionic traces. So when it's in high, so basically Cold Heart, what it does is when you're shooting a damage, after a while it ramps up for maximum damage. And when you have that maximum damage, it starts creating ionic traces. So this gives you abilities. And it's a trace rifle. Trace rifles are very, very good on PvE. They have a really nice ammo economy. They do a lot of damage. They were buffed, so they do a lot of damage on orange enemies. And some people, they don't even use primaries. They use trace rifles as their primary, as long as they have the ammo. But because ammo economy is so good on trace rifles, you can pull it off. So I would recommend Cold Heart, and you could go with the Surge, so you even do more damage. The kickstarts are there to help, but with this build, you don't need it. And that's the build, guys. Try it out, play it, and have fun. You know, it's a long season, not the best season, so have fun. See you in the next one.